Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are really getting into the heart of the art of learning, and we're drawing on some incredible research from Dr. Sudheendra S G. And this one is for you, yes, you, the educators, the teachers, the people who are out there shaping the future. We're going to talk about something we all try to run away from, risk.
So let's just start with a lie. A really comforting lie, but a lie nonetheless. It's this idea you see right here. You've probably told it to yourself 1,000 times, right? That you can get better, that you can be great at what you do, all while staying safe and sound in your comfort zone. Well, today, we're going to pull that idea apart because the truth is the exact opposite. Risk isn't just some roadblock to sidestep on your way to success. No, it is a fundamental, non-negotiable part of the journey. If you really want to achieve something worthwhile, especially in the classroom, you have to get comfortable with being a little uncomfortable.
So where does that real, meaningful growth even come from? It happens in one place, and one place only, right at the very edge of your comfort zone. Think of it like a gateway. And to get through that gate, you've got to pay a small price, and that price is a willingness to feel that little bit of uncertainty.
So let's redefine what risk even means for us today. It's not just about, the chance of failing. A better way to think about it is it's the feeling you get when you're pushing your own limits. It's a signal, a piece of feedback from your own body and mind telling you that you're in the process of mastering your craft. I mean, think about these feelings. Your heart starts pounding a bit before you try that new lesson plan. Your palms get a little sweaty. You get those butterflies. We're all taught to see these as red flags, right? Signs to stop, turn back, play it safe. But what if? What if we just flip that script? What if that pounding heart is actually the drumbeat of your own growth? And those butterflies, they're not a warning, they're a confirmation. They mean you're exactly where you need to be. This isn't some new age idea. Not at all. This is a principle that's as old as time itself. And we can find some of the most powerful case studies for it in the great Indian epics. These are more than just stories. They're profound lessons in choice, leadership, and why taking a calculated risk is so essential. Let's start with Yudhishthira from the Mahabharata. Here's a man deeply committed to peace, to dharma, to doing the right thing, and his gut instinct was to avoid conflict, to avoid risk at all costs. He was so terrified of the potential devastation of war that he was ready to give up almost everything. Just 5 villages, if it meant keeping the peace. And this is the real dilemma, isn't it? On one hand, the risk of war was huge. Potential for incredible loss, an uncertain outcome. All true. But what about the risk of his so-called peace? That wasn't a risk, it was a guarantee of injustice. It meant allowing cruelty and evil to fester. And this is where Krishna's profound insight comes in. He showed Yudhishthira that choosing the uncertain path of conflict wasn't just a gamble. It was a necessary risk to restore balance and stop a definite, growing evil.
And we see this again in such a powerful way in the Ramayana. Just try to picture this. Hanuman is standing on the shore of India, looking out at an entire ocean. He has to make a leap that no one ever has even attempted before. The risk here is just absolute. He fails, he falls, and the entire mission to save Sita is over. Done.
So you have to ask yourself the really important question here. What was the actual greater risk? Was it the terrifying leap into the unknown? Or was it the 100% certain failure of the mission if he just stood there and did nothing? You see, to stay still was to accept guaranteed defeat. His leap wasn't a blind guess. It was a calculated risk, a decision that taking a monumental chance was infinitely better than accepting certain failure. And the ancient Upanishads actually have words for this. They talk about 2 paths in life. There's the path of priyas. This is the path that feels good, it's pleasant, it's safe. And then there's shreyas, the path of the good, the meaningful, the right thing to do. And the texts are incredibly clear. Shreyas, the path of real growth, is almost always full of uncertainty. And priyas, that nice, safe, pleasant path, it only leads to one place, stagnation.
Okay, so let's bring this home. What's the real cost to us, in our classrooms and in our careers, when we always choose the pleasant path, when we constantly opt for safety over growth? What's the price we pay?
Well, it's a domino effect, a cascade of inaction. First, you start missing opportunities, the chance to lead that new school project, the chance to share a really innovative idea. Then, because you're not pushing yourself, your skills start to get a little rusty. They stagnate. And where does that leave you? It leaves you with a future haunted by that awful question, what if? What if I'd just been a little braver? That's the exact fate Yudhishthira and Hanuman refuse to accept.
So how do we take these epic, ancient lessons and use them right now? The good news is you don't have to leap across an ocean. Your great battlefield, your great opportunity for a leap of courage is right there in front of you every single day as an educator.
I want you to really let this sink in. Your classroom, that's your Kurukshetra. That's your field of battle where you fight for your students' understanding. And that new, ambitious lesson plan you've been a little nervous to try, that is your leap to Lanka. It's that bold, uncertain move that could change everything.
So what does your leap look like? Maybe it's finally trying out that new teaching method you've read about. Maybe it's speaking up in that faculty meeting with an idea you really believe in. It could be finally sitting down and mastering that new tech tool that everyone's talking about. Or just saying yes to a project that scares you a little. All of these things, they feel a bit intimidating, right? And that's the whole point. They are your modern leaps. They're the things that stop you from stagnating and truly define your art of learning.
So here's my challenge to you. The next time you're about to do something new, something that feels like a stretch, and you feel those nerves kicking in, those butterflies, I want you to do something different. Don't push it away. Don't fight it. I want you to just smile and recognize that feeling for exactly what it is. It's a sign. It's the signal that you are on the right path. You are precisely where you need to be to grow.
So I'll leave you with this one question. Not for later, but for right now. As you look at the week ahead, what is the one calculated risk, your one small leap of courage, that you are going to take to truly transform your own art of learning?